Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Iowa soccer supporters. I am Ben Brackett alongside my Soccer Talk co-host, Blake Sievers. Sibo, what's up?
Man, what a day. I love it. Super nice. Masters is on. We've golfed a little bit. I got the itch.
I love it. Um, the itch is also giving us a little bit more games of the week because it's soccer season. It's just get outside season, isn't it?
Clearly telling from your voice and your allergies. It
Yeah,
is.
somebody forgot to take their Zyrtec this week. So I've got my real radio announcer voice on. And I'm going to welcome us Matt Sahag, the Titan tactician. Matt, welcome.
Thanks, Ben. I noticed the last podcast, actually, no one could hear you at all. So
I'll make sure I speak into the microphone.
thank you.
So game of the week this week, we took a little trip up 141. Where'd we go, Blake?
Went to Perry, Iowa after Jester Creek and Jester Park. That's what it is with the Bison golf course. And then Perry Blue Jays against the Winterset is it
The Huskies.
Huskies?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And be clear, that's the Blue Jayettes.
Is it for
It
the
is, yes.
females?
It was a chilly night though, a little bit, really. Despite it being nice, it was cool.
It'd been a few years since we've been up to Perry.
Yeah, we did a quick drive by the mini pitch, and there was some action there at the elementary school, so that was always good to see. And did a little cruise down Main Street. So anyway, good game to go check out. Both teams were 1-3 on the year at that point. Um, Winterset taking a little trip straight north to Perry. We were kind of debating how far away it was, and it's really not all that far, but not a super packed crowd, I would say.
No, but old Seth Woodcock, like that guy,
Oh,
the
love it.
referee kind of, I don't even know, like used to ref or does still ref, but familiar face. Hopefully he remembered us. I don't know if he did or not, but
Matt recognized him immediately.
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, so fun to chat with him and then to reconnect with Bo Schatzberg, the Perry coach. Um, and so yeah, let's maybe just jump into the game, Matt. And this is
introduce him.
well, I already introduced him. I said the Titan tactician. But Matt, as the Titan tactician, you have been working diligently all week to analyze the game and pull up some clips. We've got some new technology here, and we're just going to try it out today. So I would highly recommend hopping on the YouTube channel, right, Blake?
Yep, get on the YouTube. You guys have been watching, you've been subscribing. Plays of the week have been blowing up, so keep following.
Right on. So let's talk about it a little bit, Matt. First half, we showed up 0-0, and it seemed pretty even.
Even I would say if there was an edge to one team over the other, though, it looked Winterset to me. But best chance of the game starts with Perry, without question.
Oh, so now this is when Matt uses his super cool technology, and we fill some time. He's sharing his screen currently.
It's when you fill time.
I love it. So I'll just jump in while he gets this pulled up. Like this is old school small town soccer
Yeah, for sure.
on the football field, and I love their huddle camera.
Yep.
Like clearly there's a little bow. You gotta sort this out a little bit because there's
Little overhang.
yeah, which is great though. That's cool.
A little bit of I like the huddle camera too. The
The quality's not bad.
the footage has been awesome this year because we can come back and you can look at this stuff. I know that actually I rode home with Blake after the game and we were able to catch, I think who was Centennial versus Dowling, right? Just 20 minutes in the car, had it on the phone and stuff. And so it's like every game is televised, just like you would on TV.
Very cool.
So
In the huddle, maybe they'll sponsor us one of these days, but they do a really good job. We saw a couple things at the MediaCom Stadium, the huddle camera that's like permanently installed there. It's like you guys said, it's awesome.
all
So
right,
Matt, go ahead.
so here is the chance here by Perry. As you can see, their left back intercepts the ball and plays a nice pass up in behind the defenders. The Winterset defenders are square at the back, and it's a really nice side foot to the far post, hits the post, and then gets cleared off the line. Exciting start to the game. That's only 5 minutes in. So if we back this up just a little bit, actually, we'll back it up all the way.
And by the way, the surface looks great on the TV,
I know.
but I mean, it rained a little bit in Iowa in the past few weeks. The grass was a little long and whatnot, but it looks good
It does
from
look
here.
good
I
on the
didn't notice
screen.
it from the huddle cam, how good it
No.
looks, Benny.
It looks beautiful.
So what I like about this player, and obviously we've, when we first did the Southeast Poke podcast, we talked about playing forwards when you can, right? I love that. I love the players who look up and play forwards. And this left back actually intercepts the pass. She takes a great touch out of her feet right there, and then commits a defender, Winterset player, and then it's off her foot. Plays a nice pass, takes advantage of the square kind of back, the defenders at the back. And then number 7 here, what I like about what she's doing is she's taking her first touch towards the goal.
Trying to eliminate that defender.
Right, exactly. So for the players who are listening, the young kids or coaches who are coaching their players, the angle that this player is taking right now is a good one because she's taking her touch and she's trying to get across that Winterset player. And the reason you want to do that is because then you put your body in between the player, the player and the ball. And so that Winterset player then ultimately has a decision to make. Does she take you down and risk a red card, or does she let you just go? And because the goalkeeper's on the left, really it's up to the goalkeeper. But I think I would call this just a little unlucky for Winterset because she actually does get fouled here.
Sorry, a little bit unlucky for Perry.
Yeah, right. She gets fouled here, but she's still, the goalkeeper I think is a little bit probably taking the wrong angle there, but it goes far post. Check this out. Just patched the stretched arm of the goalkeeper, hits the post. Now, here's another kind of thing I like about what the Perry players are doing. If you can tell as this player is shooting, you've got 3 players running onto the box. And this is a good thing too, because what it shows is the players are paying attention to what might happen, even though it looks like the player's in on goal. So you've got one player arriving at the center of the box. Right? And then you've got a Winterset player who's recovering all the way to the end line. And she actually is able to clear the ball. Look at that ball. Can you see the ball right there?
Yeah.
Is that in?
Well, if we could zoom in, we could maybe tell.
I don't know if I can.
Let's go to the VAR.
Look where the ball is.
So this is actually like, I love the impromptu.
I didn't notice this before.
No. I love it.
How is the ball there?
Well,
I don't get it.
it's hard to tell if it's in the goal or not.
Right. So what happens here? Oh, that's not the ball.
No, that's the spare ball, Matt.
Oh my God.
That's what I like. So Matt, can you go back? Is that a foul? Like, I guess
Which one?
On the shot for number 7 for Perry, she gets clattered, shoots it. The ball does not end up in the back of the net, as well as they don't score. Do you bring the ball back and give a free kick, or is that too long for advantage to be played?
To me, I don't think you do, because I think you've let her play on. She's had her chance on goal. Okay, so sorry about that. Do you see how I kind of get confused there? Because this player actually wins the ball with her left foot, and the ball behind the goal is right beyond her. But she's actually able to clear it off the line.
For young referees out there, that's why you don't let the spare ball be behind the goal.
And save the goal. So anyway, so that was the first really good chance of the game. Goalkeeper cleans it up at the end there, and that's the first good chance. So
you would have called it advantage as the referee. You felt like that's the fair call.
I think the referee did a good job of letting it go.
I was asking the question, you didn't really answer him.
Oh, I thought.
What's the advantage? You missed it.
Well, the advantage is you got
the chance.
Okay.
So you need to blow the whistle like right away then if it's a foul.
I see what you're saying, Blake, because you're saying she's actually fouled as she's shooting, right?
Correct. And she's missed.
So let's see if we can watch it again.
There you go. Let it go live here. When she gets clattered.
And the
Oh,
ball
Can you
does
zoom
look to
out
be
a little
away,
bit, Matt?
too.
There you go.
Ball's away, right?
Yeah, like that's a foul because the Perry girl
right. The ball is away.
struck it.
It's outside the area.
Yeah, you maybe call that back.
I wouldn't.
I mean, it's in real time though, so it's like
Yeah.
that's
I-
the challenge too. It's really easy to sit here with the rewind and the pause and the play, but I think referee's probably done exactly what he needs to do there.
Well, here's the other issue though: is the player picks up the rebound off the post, and realistically,
There's a chance there too.
well, she should have roofed it, right?
Could have, yeah.
So would
You would
want
have, I'm sure, with your right foot.
it, right? Probably not. Actually, I probably would have missed the ball. But I mean, that player though, would you rather have a strike on the edge of the 18-yard box as a free kick, or that rebound? I think in that game you want the rebound.
I think I want that rebound too.
So that's the first play. You want to just go into the second one?
Yeah, go straight to it. I love it.
All right. So this is where there's a little controversy in the game, and it's still 0-0 at this point. There's about 25 minutes left in the first half. Oh wait, we're counting up or down? We're counting down, aren't we?
Yeah.
Down at high school.
All right, so the ball. We're gonna pick up the ball here. There's three kind of Winterset players in a line there. So here's the player on the ball. It gets played across here to this player. This looks like a shot, but it's a little chip.
It's
And
brilliant,
the goalkeeper
Chip.
comes out and saves it, and the referee calls a penalty.
Hmm.
So that's pretty interesting, isn't it?
So we were
On the far side of the field.
100 yards away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So watch this. Here's the play across. Now here's a question here: is this a shot or a pass? If it's a pass, it's genius because she clips it over the edge. So one thing to note here, I mean, I would expect this is always to be a shot, right? This is a really nice piece of skill if you're just clipping a ball in over the top. But if you notice, I mean, all the Perry players are actually looking at the ball and the edge of the 18-yard box. So there's no cover really. And so that's how this ball, I think Schmitz hits it here. If you're the Winterset player who hit this ball and you didn't miss hit that, let us know. Because I'll
it's
apologize.
a great little pass.
So it
It's
gets
like something you might do,
flipped
Blake.
over the top. Now watch this goalkeeper. So first of all, for me, she's a little bit. Let's go back here. So here, I like where she's standing because she's a shorter goalkeeper. And if this ball goes high, she's got a problem, right? So she's almost on her line. It's one of those things I think that's a little unfair to the goalkeeper because I think she was expecting shot. And when it came in as just a little clip ball, she was a little bit late getting out, but look how quickly she gets out to the ball. And it's aggressive too. And there's the ball, you see it, and watch her slide through the ball. Now here's the important thing for me. Watch where the ball goes. It goes exactly in the direction where the goalkeeper was running. What's that tell you?
She won the ball.
She
Clean
blocked
tackle.
it, yeah.
Clean tackle, right? And so I think this is probably one of the best pieces of goalkeeping we've seen all year. And she got a penalty.
But the ball doesn't lie, does it?
It doesn't. I don't have that clip, but she's got it.
Winterset misses the penalty.
Yeah.
I
So
love that the ball doesn't lie. That's one of the beautiful things of the game, isn't it, Blake?
Yeah, but I mean, Winterset does end up going up 1-0 at half and kind of
Boss the game
put
from there.
yeah, they did. They put their foot on the gas a little bit, but it was cool. I mean, we talked to the coaches at halftime, and the difference between the boys games we've been to this year and the girls games, as far as at halftime, with the message, like you want to talk about positivity and encouragement, and um it was refreshing because Bo and Seth were just super awesome about encouragement, positivity compared to not like a bad thing, but
The boys coaches just tend to be a little more serious. Maybe, and I don't know if it's they take themselves more serious or they just want to like talk tactics and all that kind of fun stuff. But when we talk to the girls coaches, a lot of times the message is much more positive. So you got this goal for us to see too, right, Matt?
Yep, let's watch it. I'll just let it play through at first here. Ball gets picked about the halfway line. There's a little skirmish for the ball. Winterset left winger gets the ball, gets it out of her feet about 10 yards, and she's off to the races. She beats the right back for Perry, continues on down the line. She gets across the Perry player again, too, and it's a side foot high into the right, beats
Good
the
finish.
goalkeeper, and it's a really good finish. And
Yeah,
it
I think
was,
if I'm Perry, I want to go back though. And as the ball gets played through, is there an opportunity to tackle?
let's watch it. So, I mean, the first thing I'd note is, I mean, look at Perry's back line, right? So you're asking to get,
They're really far up the field.
yeah, you're asking for the ball to get played in behind you. And obviously we don't see the goalkeeper right now, but she's nowhere in,
She's in her box.
yeah, she's nowhere near. But watch, I mean, this is what's interesting is usually you'd see a penetrative pass here, right? I mean, but what we see actually is this player penetrate with a long touch. I mean, look at that touch.
It's
It's
a
literally
huge touch.
it's literally 10 years out in front of her. And she's like, I'm just going to beat all of you. So right now, opportunity to tackle. I mean, depends on who gets to the ball first, right?
I think there's just you play it. There's just a split second of like a right here slide.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Yeah.
it's a grass field, so it's not going to hurt that bad.
but you better win the ball if you go
You
to
better win.
ground.
Yeah, again, this is aggressive Ben, the defender, who has been yellow carded more than he'd like to admit and red carded even more than that. So
Yeah, but
I probably make that tackle and risk I would risk it.
well, here, I mean, check out the technique on the tackle, right? So she goes in with her left foot and tries to poke at it.
Slide with your right, my man.
Yeah, and you just block it back into
Yeah.
her path. And the player, if you do that, probably just goes tumbling right over the top of it.
Yep.
And it looks like maybe a foul, but it would be a clean tackle. The other thing you could do is you could just go to ground and just poke it with your left foot here too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she
Again,
pays for that
so
kind of
easy to say
non-committed
from
tackle.
here.
Here, even too, if you make the tackle, even if you grab her, like it's only a
Probably
yellow.
not. Yeah, it's probably not a red card,
Yeah.
right? Because you've got all those people chasing.
But based on how the Perry's setting up, you have to make that tackle, or you have to do everything you can to stop it. Otherwise, now she's chasing the ball, and she's leaving it to chance to see if this player can hit a good strike, and she does. So, and that was the difference of the game right there.
So that leaves Perry at 1-4, middle of the week, and Winterset moves to 2-3. Um, it'll be interesting to see where they may or may not end up at the end of the season. They're both 2A teams, if I'm correct. So I would say, I'm trying to remember who won 2A last year. That was DCG, right? Well, I guess
Correct.
if I'm imagining DCG play either of those teams, I'm guessing DCG probably acts as they are as Mustangs and goes for a little romp. But anyway,
Is that sun bothering you, Blake?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Oh no, I was just wondering. Yeah, because no, you're out of the screen, so I couldn't tell. But
I was just looking for a
Hey.
plug for the YouTube channel.
yeah, plug it
Get on,
up
I'll
and
see what he's
then
talking about.
let's just wrap things up. Thanks again to Bo Schatzberg at Perry, and Seth Woodcock over there at Winterset for being cool at our halftime interviews and letting us sneak up on them. And then good luck to both those teams in the rest of the year. What else you got?
well, I mean,
we go to the
I
boys?
definitely want to talk about the controversy of the week, if you want to call it that.
Let's do it.
All right,
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Small transition. Got some music to play?
I feel like we need like one of those breaking news
Yeah, exactly.
pieces.
So
Maybe we can work on
that
that.
same night, So that would have been Tuesday. Lincoln played Ames, up in Ames on the boys' side. And we woke up on Wednesday or I woke up, and then an hour after I woke up, I looked and I realized I had 50 texts about this issue. Blake, why don't you give us a little rundown?
About 10:30 a.m., right?
I
Yeah,
was gonna say
exactly.
an hour after you woke up, or 2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3,
So
probably, yeah.
at the end, we love it. People, coaches, parents, players send us things that are controversial. Um, we had it
It's
happen
not the first
last.
time.
Yeah, we had it happen last year at the state tournament. With some things. I think this might be the first one this year. So Lincoln plays up in Ames and they go 0-0, go to a shootout. And Matt, are you getting ready for this is kind of filler to get you ready.
Yeah.
So 0-0, go to a shootout and check out the screen because I'm not sure what clip you have. Do you want me to get over to you, Titan, or whatnot?
So the score is 1-1. They
No,
go to
0-0.
0-0. They go to extra
0-0.
time, go to shootout.
Yep,
Lincoln hasn't won a game all year, so they're desperate for a win. Has Ames won? I believe so.
they have.
So Matt, why don't you talk about this clip,
Yeah,
please?
this is the first shot of the shootout, right? And so obviously it's 0-0 on penalties. Lincoln is desperate for a win, right? I guess maybe as is Ames, but Lincoln, if you think about Lincoln got absolutely battered in their first game. I think it was 9-1.
By
But
Gilbert.
but then they followed it up with 2 1-goal losses, I believe, right? I think they lost to North by 1, and they lost to maybe um
They lost to Bondurant 3-2.
Yeah.
They lost to Lincoln. Sorry, they lost to North 2-1. And then they
Right.
go play to Ames.
So then they go play Ames. It's 0-0 after regulation, and they go into the shootout. And so they're desperate for a win, and it feels like they're on the move, right? And I know that I saw some of the power rankings. Ames is also in the top 10. I think they're number 7 right now, is ranked by Bound.
They
I don't
were
know how
on Tuesday.
Love it. I love the bound like power rankings, by the way.
Yeah, me too. It's
Like
good. I mean,
it's awesome. It's a talking point. People clearly got attention
Who's our number 1 ranked team right now?
in the power rankings.
Yeah,
yeah, I can't remember. It wasn't.
Drags, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it?
And then Southeast Polk was number 2.
Okay.
So
Wow. Are you on the committee? So, all right. So let's get back to talking about this. So, I mean, obviously, if you're watching, you can see what we've circled here, but this is the Ames turf, and around the penalty spot, actually, no, not around the penalty spot,
At the spot.
the penalty spot,
penalty line.
the line, the turf is loose. And
It looked
so,
like somebody cut it out and put it there.
right.
It literally does. It
Yeah.
looks like almost an act of vandalism.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I'm assuming it's not an
Yeah,
act,
you're
but
not-
it looks.
it's not-
It's so straight.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
not what you're implying. But
rectangle.
it does look like somebody took a little you know, uh, blade and
I mean, regardless, I mean, Ames needs to address that issue, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's a couple different things to it. Number one, I mean, you can't have players slipping on that in the game, right? Not knowing about it. And then number two, if you're going to take penalties here, I mean, that's right where you hit your plant foot.
If you're right-footed, yeah.
So let's watch what happens. So this is, I think his first name is Saidi, right?
Siddiqui.
City for Lincoln. So, all right, this is in slow-mo, but it's good. So we'll talk through it. Look at him taking these deliberate steps back. He's done this before. I'm pausing it right now, but he's taking some deliberate steps back. Now, based on this approach, you'd think he's left-footed, but watch this. So he comes around the ball.
It's kind of the new trend nowadays, isn't it?
Well, it's
By the
definitely
way.
a trend.
And as he plants his foot, he slips on the turf. And
Hits
he
the bar.
skies it, hits the bar, and it goes out. So there you have now. I'd be interested for you guys' impact. The panel here might be in dispute, and we'd love to hear what you guys think. For me, that definitely affects the penalty because when he as I look at it, when he plants his foot, he starts to slip before he hits the ball. With that said, I think his run up is insane. Like I just think it's silly. And so you're kind of asking for an off balance issue, but I don't think it's fair to him that the turf was like that at all.
It's not, but again, this is what the guys in Champions League, Europa League, and all the big European countries, this is how they're taking penalties now. A lot of them, they do that little circle roundabout, right? Like, remember the stutter step that kind of became popular? Jorginho still does it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Benny, go ahead.
I,
I want Grumpy Benny here.
no, oh, I can't be Grumpy Ben, but I mean, my biggest concern with this, right, is like your first shooter is generally your best shooter. Your best shooter is generally a leader on your team, right?
Ooh, first shooter is generally the best.
Um, Depends on your coaching style, but your first and fifth shooters are usually your best too, right? So either way, the first shooters has to be confident, and I expect that shooter is probably a leader in the team, right? And so if you're a leader in the team, you go up and you see that there's a problem, don't you say something to the referee?
Well, I think he did say something to the referee.
Okay.
So that's part of what. So if you actually look, um, go watch the footage, the full thing. He says something to the referee before he shoots, and we don't know what was said, but he definitely did say something to the referee. At least that's the intel I've got.
Well, he definitely, I mean, there was a conversation and
Yeah.
it was not a normal conversation from the body language that I saw.
No, I think the issue was raised to the referee. Now, I don't think
Keep going though, because what happens after?
Yeah, right. So
I don't know if you want to skip ahead or I don't know where you're going, Matt. Sorry.
So I think the referee recognizes that there's a problem after the first penalty and that something needed to be done because I think he realized as well that there was an issue there with the penalty spot before it was taken. So what I like about what the referee did was he made it as good as it could be after the fact. I still don't think it was fair to Lincoln, but he had Ames take one shot to equalize, right? To equalize the situation in terms of one player from each team takes a penalty, and then he took the penalties down to the other end of the field.
Ames scores their first penalty. They shoot second.
Correct.
The boy sees the Lincoln guy shoot. He moves the ball over on that red line, which, by the way, to me, that's an issue. It's not a penalty line, it's a penalty spot.
Oh,
But
you're right.
But like the Ames boy moves it over, scores 1-1, and then they go to the other end to finish the round, don't they?
They do, and Ames makes all their penalties. And so and the only penalty Lincoln misses is the first one. So if you're Lincoln, you got to feel pretty hard done by that scenario. And so for me, you know, I don't think it's the referee's job to look at every piece of grass before the game and figure out those turf issues when the home team knows about them and doesn't alert the referee, right? That would have been helpful information for the referee. Now, we don't know whether or not really from the looks of the video, it looks like it was brought to his attention in the moment, but I can see how the referee made the decision that he did to allow the penalty at the time. I think here, when you host a game and you've got a known issue with your turf, you have to disclose it to the other teams. I don't think that, and it doesn't look like that happened here. At least I don't think Lincoln would say that they knew about that until the penalty. And so they would feel pretty upset about that, I think. I don't know.
I don't know how it's allowed to be played. The games to be played. If like that's a safety hazard. It's no different than like a hole in the middle of the field. Just my opinion. But I don't think Ames should host a game again until that's fixed. And
I mean, it's worse.
like,
It is different than a hole in the middle of the field, Blake.
how?
It's worse because you don't know about it.
You're correct. That's fair. You're right.
I'll just play devil's advocate for just 2 seconds for you, Joseph. I would just try to eliminate the excuses though, right? Like, move the ball, right? Like, or don't take a silly run up. Like, calm down, take a deep breath, and slowly walk up to the ball and put it in the fucking corner. Gosh, and I can't say that word, can I?
We'll have our, we'll
Well, I
have
think,
our,
yeah,
What
I
minute is
think,
that?
I think one, it should be a red line across the penalty spot is a spot. It's a dot. It's not a 2 yard line that's red. So I guess that's Ames. That's your first, you got to fix the penalty spot.
Yeah. I mean, are we really saying that the players in the game on both sides didn't notice that until we missed the penalty in the 100 and whatever minute?
I think it's possible. Yeah. Because
You think it's possible that you played as a center back or a goalkeeper or as a striker and were in and around that box and didn't notice that?
it's
Like if
possible,
I'm the
but
captain of the team, I'm probably like I go to the toss and I'm going, hey, there's a problem because I've been playing this game for 100 minutes and I've noticed there's a problem on this end. Like I just think that it's amazing to me that no one noticed it until somebody slipped. Like it was the whole game and it's the whole season apparently, right? That's not a new hole, is it?
right. But I mean, also though, the players, the referee commands the game, right? And so the players are
Sometimes.
listening to the referee. To me, the high school kids, they show up at the field. I think they can expect that the field is in good condition, and operable condition, and in a safe condition. And I think they also can understand that if there is a problem that Ames knows about, they can trust that the people who are adults still think it's safe and they can rely on the opinions of the adults. Now,
As an adult, we know this is not true though. Like
but
did
you're
they
a
walk
kid.
the field? How did I just so if it's the ref's job, then how did it get all the way to there? So like we can either be
It's not
mad
the
at the
ref's job. To
refs.
me, it's Ames's job.
Starts at the top, I guess.
As a host. Is that what you're saying, Matt?
100%. They knew about it, right? So don't you? I mean, how many teams that have played there? I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe a lot of other teams know about that. Maybe it's just commonly known that they have an issue there, but I've never heard of it.
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and take a pass overall and say that I think it's silly that the boys and the girls are going to penalties after playing a full game and playing full overtime, and they're going to penalties to decide who wins. When the reality of the game of soccer at this juncture during the season as a league game, I think a tie is much more valuable for both teams, and it's probably an accurate outcome for both teams as well. I don't think that if it ended 0-0, there's not a clear winner and there doesn't need to be at this point in the season. So I'll just take a pass that way and say that they shouldn't even be in this situation. How about that?
I I I mean, I respectfully disagree with your opinion.
Well, my other opinion wasn't good, so I'm going to go with this one
I
instead.
I love how I know there's anger in your opinion, Ben. I I just think like for a team like Lincoln, who I mean, think about when you played college soccer, right? How many games did you lose by one goal? I mean, how many games did you win by one goal? A
One goal
lot.
games are where it's made or broken.
Yeah, 100%. And so I think these games are sometimes you can have big momentum shifts while the game can be equal, like a win's a win, right? And so for a team like Lincoln, to me, who has started this season now 0-3 or 0-4, a win could trigger another win and another win. Now, I'm not saying that they should have win. I think the penalties can matter. And I also just like I don't really like draws or ties. I don't think it's realistic in life. When do you
You're
like always when do you draw with something on any issue? There's always a winner and a loser.
okay.
I can't wait to see how
I love it.
the sidewalk saga ends. We'll see if there's a winner and a loser there, won't we, Matthew?
Yeah.
Slide into the DMs, get back to us. Clearly, it's a debatable topic for multiple things. One, I'm interested to see when there's next shootout of names, what's going to happen, who's going to be paying attention. Two, I love penalties just because I'm a neutral.
How much
Right.
do you love them, Blake?
I love it because it does it gets everybody going a little bit. And then where else? Where are we going from here?
I just think it's funny that you love penalties with
Yeah,
your
keep
experiences.
keep going.
No, it's great. It's good that we're having the conversation, right? I think that's probably all that matters is we want people to know that people are paying attention and care. And
keep telling us, keep giving us heads up on all these controversial issues and whatnot, because we love it.
well, yeah, and I think that like even if Joe Sathanarath, the coach of Lincoln, doesn't like my opinions, like he'd prefer that we're at least talking about it and having the dialogue as opposed to it just happened and then it moves on. So, Joe, I love you.
Ryan McGowan up there at Ames, like, and especially on the girls' side too, like there's going to be games again that are going to happen when there's a penalty. Administration, I mean, that literally has to be fixed.
Yeah.
They can't just leave it.
Well, they should take this podcast and they should show it to the AD and show it to the principal of the school and say, "Hey, look, this is broadcast everywhere now that you guys have a problem that's a safety issue for the players." And so you can't just say like we got a bad field and we don't want to do anything about it. Like fix it.
Invest. I would bet you if it's football season, that thing gets fixed. That's terrible to say. I hate it, but because it's soccer in the spring, administration.
I love how this argument dovetails with the sidewalk conversation that we're having totally separately of this.
Why is so wait, I know we're wrapping up here, but let's just why is that there? I can't understand why there's a rectangle on the penalty spot. What is in the middle of the field? Like
We're gonna have to do some further investigating. Maybe we'll have to go. We should go drive up there and check it out.
Why isn't there just a dot? Why is there a red line that's 2 yards long? I mean, that line, Matt, pull it up really quick. But that line is a 2 yard wide line. It's not like it's a penalty spot. That's what you normally take a
We were
penalty
almost
on the
out of this,
spot.
and now we're back.
It's a white dot at every other. And if we were really good, we'd have a bunch of other pictures of a penalty spot.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's just like the sidewalk thing.
Yeah, but this is like a 2 yard line that's red, and there's
I think it's questionable.
so
Who is walking over that right now? Is
We
that
don't-
during the game or after the game?
hopefully it's after. If it's during, that's a bigger issue then.
That's what I'm wondering.
But no, it's a good talking point for sure. But there you go, folks.
what do you think's under that though? Like what's something has caused that to be cut out.
These are the things that make you go, right, Blake?
Is that a pizza box? By the way,
I think it
Yeah,
is.
it
I don't
definitely is.
know.
They got whoever that is holding a pizza box. Good
Right.
job. Good eyes.
Well, I mean, so I would guess that that's not Ames taking this picture. So I'm thinking it's a Lincoln picture. And,
Perhaps Coach
I-
Quinlan.
I don't know, maybe change the diet after the game, guys, because I mean, a little.
Oh, so lots of talking points. You guys should definitely all be watching this on YouTube. Should be subscribing to our YouTube channel because while this is better than our previous broadcasts and we continue to improve, the only way to go is up. And that's exactly what we're going to do, right, Blake?
the board that literally is gonna be a person. The board is coming next week.
That's right. Matt, thank you for your astute analysis today. Have a lovely weekend. Blake, you as well. Good luck with your soccer games tomorrow.
Watching the Masters. Let's go, Tiger.
Stay tuned.